I need to confess. So today's video topic is definitely because of selfish motives. So today I want to talk about how we can improve the immune system, and it's mainly because I am sick at this moment, and I thought that, you know what, it'll benefit me, but it might just as well benefit you guys, because unfortunately there's so many bugs and viruses and things out there at the moment. And with winter times and the colder months, we tend to see a lot of these bugs really taking hold of us. So I thought today would be a good time to talk about how can we actually improve our immune systems and build them up so that they are effective in fighting infections and viruses, but also preventing us from getting too sick. So before we start with the video, a quick introduction. My name is Melissa Mel. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm part of the Body 20 Nutrition Doctor team. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Please follow along. We do these videos every 2 weeks, and you're welcome to send us any questions via WhatsApp or email. You're also welcome to send us any topics if there are any that you'd like me to chat about in these videos. So back to why we're here today. So how do we make sure that we build up our immune system? So that's the thing I want to start with, is we want to make sure that our immune systems are as strong as possible, because we can actually be able to fight off viruses and bacteria a lot more effectively, which will hopefully prevent us from actually getting sick. And then if we do unfortunately get sick, hopefully we can build up our immune systems to be strong enough to fight it off quickly, so that we don't end up sick in bed for weeks and not recovering. So there's quite a few things that impact our immune systems. So to name a few is definitely poor sleep. We've seen that if you have many nights of not sleeping well or not sleeping enough, that tends to, break down the immune system, which makes you more prone to infections and viral or bacterial infections. We also see stress has a massive impact on the immune system, just because there's a lot more energy going into trying to manage your stress levels and your stress hormones. Poor diet has a massive impact on your immune system, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail on that now shortly. And then lastly, we see the gut microbiome also actually has a massive impact on our immune systems. So we have spoken about other lifestyle factors, like I've mentioned now, sleep and stress and those types of things in previous videos. And in general, I always urge you to really prioritize those things and make sure you are getting in good quality sleep, and you are trying to manage your stress levels however it works for you. But the focus of today's video is just to talk a little bit more about the diet. And I wanted to speak of 5 specific ingredients or foods that you can maybe incorporate into your daily meals to really just boost up the immune system. So in general, we do definitely want to make sure that we are providing the body with optimal amounts of nutrients, vitamins and minerals and the likes, to make sure that we are building up the immune system as effectively as possible. Now, this is especially important if you are someone that is, for example, under very high stress, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, if you are someone that really puts your body through a lot of physical exertion, let's say you're an athlete or you're training a lot currently, and then if you are generally sick with maybe a chronic disease, and also the elderly. So that kind of is most of the population. But so in general, we do definitely need to focus on making sure we are getting a sufficient amount of vitamins and minerals and that macronutrients into our diets to make sure that we are supporting the immune system effectively. So the way that we can do that as a baseline, the foundation, the basic general thing that we can do is to have a good quality balanced diet with a lot of variety, lots of fruits and vegetables with all the beautiful colors, because that provides us with antioxidants, and the antioxidants also help with reducing the oxidation and inflammation in the body, which is also something that the immune system needs to work on, so then we can free it up to really just fight the bacteria and viruses that we faced with in our day-to-day lives. So if we can make sure that we are having that balance in our diets, that's effective, to really provide the body with what it needs to work effectively and efficiently. So the 5 ingredients I want to talk about today. So I thought, it's something that you can maybe all mix into a smoothie maybe just not the one. But I mean, if you want to, try it and let us know how it tastes. But the 5 ingredients that I actually wanted to highlight today is actually quite easy to just incorporate into like a smoothie, for example, and drink that up maybe if you are sick, making a type of tonic for yourself. So the very first ingredient that I want to talk about today is citrus fruits. So citrus fruits like oranges, your naartjies, lemons, and grapefruit and the like, they are high in vitamin C, and we know vitamin C has always been known to be very effective in helping our immune systems to work effectively, as it helps with the production of immune cells, especially your white blood cells, to fight off bacteria and viruses. And that's why when you buy something that's a fizzy like calcivita and those types of things often have vitamin C in them to boost the immune system. So you can get that from your citrus fruits, really. Even strawberries have vitamin C, and I'll mention another one shortly. The next ingredient is ginger. So we've spoken about ginger before, but ginger is very antibacterial, antimicrobial, and also really has a high amount of antioxidants in it. So ginger is really a great way to also boost the immune system. So ginger you can add to your food to really elevate the taste of the dish, but you can also make a nice ginger tea or then add the ginger to a smoothie. The next ingredient is garlic. So this is the one where I'm like, oh, I don't really know if that's going to work in a smoothie, but I mean, if you for it, go for it and tell us how it tastes. But garlic is really effective in boosting the immune system. It has a component called allicin in it, and that really has been shown to be very effective in helping with the body's immune system and fighting off viruses. And that's why you get a lot of garlic pills when it comes to your flu types of pills that contain garlic in them, because it's such an effective antiviral product or ingredient. So make sure you are cooking with garlic in your foods, or then maybe if you can do it, maybe take one of those garlic shots. I've seen these things. It's like garlic, lemon, ginger, a little bit of honey and cayenne pepper, and it's like a little bit of a flu shot. That's also great if that's something you would want to try. The next ingredient is something we don't really take in as much, but it's definitely very effective, is fermented foods. So basically foods that contain probiotics. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, our microbiome actually has a massive impact on our immune system, and if we don't have a very healthy microbiome, we tend to not be very healthy in general. So if we can make sure that we are providing a gut with sufficient amount of good bacteria, we can also therefore help to fight off the bad bacteria that we are exposed to every single day. So you can get that naturally from your foods if you are eating fermented foods like sauerkraut or kefir or kombucha, or if you like, for example, yogurt, that's also an option. However, if you don't really have those things in your diet, you can maybe think of a probiotic supplement. Make sure that it has more than 10 billion CFUs in the product, otherwise it's not really going to do much. The last ingredient is spinach. So I think you can do the spinach, you can do the citrus fruits, you can do the ginger, and maybe a yogurt into a smoothie, and then cook your food with the garlic maybe, and then you have a really potent immune boosting meal, for example. But spinach again is also high in vitamin C but it's also high in a lot of other antioxidants. So in other words, also your green leafy veg in general are really high in antioxidants, helping with your body to really increase that immune system and help fight viruses and bacteria. So that's the 5 ingredients, and you can kind of get an idea as to these ingredients typically contain components that you can find in other ingredients as well, but making sure that you have that variety in your diet and really incorporating some herbs and spices and different colored fruits and vegetables, you typically tend to tick the boxes when it comes to that. So make sure you are optimizing your diet, making sure you're having good quality sleep, managing your stress levels as far as possible, and looking after your gut health. So I hope this has been helpful, and let us know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.